Hey YouTubers, North Central Outdoors here again. In the kitchen, I'm going to make up some spaghetti with some meat sauce. But my meat sauce is a little bit different. I usually use dehydrated hamburger meat that I've dehydrated. Just about once a week we go to the store and we get somewhere between 5 and 6 pounds of hamburger meat. And of course we don't always use it before the expiration date or before it starts going bad. So before that happens, I take it and fry it up, put it in the dehydrator, and put it in the bottles with a little, I don't know if you can see that, little oxygen pack, and it does really well. I've had some that I've had for 5-6 months used, and it's great. The thing I like about putting this into sauces or taco mixes or whatever else is that as it's rehydrating back in the sauce, it actually draws the water and the juices and stuff from the sauce right up into it, and man, it's really tasty. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started, show you what I do and what I use. Alright guys, it's really pretty easy. I got my water on here for my spaghetti noodles. I always put a little bit of sea salt in as the water's heating up. That way the noodles get a little bit of salt in it. Makes them taste better. As for the sauce, turn the sauce on very easily. Open the lid. I use a Regano Traditional. Get this from Aldi's. It's pretty cheap and it actually tastes pretty good. Go ahead and stick that in the pan. Put a little water in it. I go ahead and put a little bit of water in it, and the water's probably on the jar. The water level is probably about right here, so probably about 1/4 of the jar. Shake it up real good, just to get all of it out. Put that in there. Put that aside. Get my hamburger meat. Now this is a little less than a pound. A pound would probably be about up to here. So this is probably about 3/4 of a pound. And then simply shake the meat in. If I had some tweezers, I'd pull that oxygen absorber out and it'd come out a lot easier, but you do what you gotta do. There it is. Get you a wooden spoon. This is Teflon coated, so I don't recommend using anything else other than wood or plastic in it, and just mix it up. Now we let the heat and the water do the rest, as far as that's concerned. I do like to put a little bit of seasoned salt in it. And a little bit of minced onions. Put a cover on it. Okay, so our water is boiling pretty good. It's only been a couple minutes. Take our spaghetti out. And I always break it in half. Stir it up a little bit, let it get used to the warm water. That way it doesn't stick together. I went ahead and turned the heat down on my sauce down to a simmer. doing really well. Smells great. Hamburger meat, whenever you rehydrate it, it actually rehydrates really, really quickly. Surprisingly. So by the time that those noodles are done, this sauce will be done, and it'll be time to eat. Stir this up a little bit more. You know, when I first started getting into dehydrating, about it's been a few years now. Everybody was kind of nuts. I didn't actually start dehydrating hamburger meat until actually about 6 or 7 years ago. Well, 6 or 7 months ago. And like I said, we started going to the store, and I would go with my wife, and I'd get a big thing of hamburger meat, and she always thought I was crazy because we didn't ever eat that much. And I started dehydrating it, and everybody was like, "Why would you dehydrate hamburger meat?" And I kept thinking to myself, you know, just like, you know, everything else, you know, what happens if the power goes out for a week? You know, you lose everything in the refrigerator. You know, unless you pack it in a big storage unit or something with ice, or you have a backup generator or something like that, which I don't have as of yet. Well, what happens if you can't get to the store to get the ice? Well, everything in the fridge has gone bad, and if you dehydrate it, then the shelf life is a lot more than what would be in the refrigerator, you know, months and months and months, and sometimes years. So I started dehydrating it, and then I started dehydrating and putting it back. And like I said, I've got some that was I opened not too long ago. It was about 5 months that I had dehydrated it, and it was fine. I wasn't rancid or anything, and that's a big concern, is that the fat that's in the hamburger meat will make it go rancid. You know, it's not something that you're going to want to put on the shelf for, you know, 20, 30 years, like rice or beans or wheat or anything like that. But you know, as long as you use it within you know, I'd say 6 months to a year, something like that, you just keep rotating in and out. And it's really great for soups, for you know, sauces, or any type of we do tacos with it, and it's great. Like I said, the seasoning, just you put water in the pan, and the seasoning just seeps right up into that meat, and as it rehydrates, and it's just really, really great. So we'll let this get done, and we'll make a plate up, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so the noodles are done. I took them out of the pan, strained them off over by the kitchen, and put them in a bowl. Sit there. The sauce has been done for a few minutes now, so I turned the heat off on everything, and you can see the meat that's rehydrated back right into it. Looks great, don't it? Tastes good too. So, without further ado, some noodles. Meat sauce. A couple pieces of buttered bread, a knife and a fork, and you can dig in.